Hey guys, it is Arroyo. I know that I'm 2 days late, but hey, stuff happens and you can't find the time to record videos. Sorry. But let's see, what do we want to talk about this week? I know that last week, Alfonso came onto the channel and talked about Bioshock. Bioshock is a survival horror game. I like it. I think it's really well done, and I love it. I'm going to come and talk to you this week about Portal, I think, or music. Give me a second and I'll think. Portal, music. Tell you what, this week I'll talk about Portal, and next week I'll talk about music. Perfect. Planning ahead. Alright, so Portal. Portal is a puzzle game involving you playing as Shell. Shell is a girl who's, we're told her father works at this thing, and it's bring your daughter to work day, and you come, and then you have to get a gun that shoots portals through walls, and there's puzzles, and it's so confusing. But it's fun. It's all very fun. It starts out with Gladys, who's a big character who pretty much just like leads you through this, sort of. Usually she's just giving you random comments that involve safety hazards in the room, or just simply calling you fat in the second game. I'm probably going to spoil a little bit in this, so this is my warning now that I will spoil some stuff, so don't hate me if you hear this warning. I have not spoiled anything yet, so just don't hate me if you all of a sudden miss this warning. Okay, so Gladys, she is a big computer thing, and in the beginning she doesn't really talk much, except like, she just kind of like, she'll say a couple things like, oh, this is dangerous, blah, 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 you probably shouldn't jump in the toxic water. But then all of a sudden, towards the end, she gets a little bit more sassy. She starts to hate on you. And she's like, yo, humans are stupid. Die from this neurological killing agent. Now my vocabulary is becoming screwed up. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so Portal, it's difficult in some cases. Like, you'll probably need a walkthrough if you're me. If you are like me, you're gonna need a walkthrough. If you're not like me and you are actually really good at puzzle games, then you're not gonna need a walkthrough. I recommend that you try your very, very hardest to do it without a walkthrough, as for every game, because you feel so accomplished after you do it without a walkthrough. It's just like, yes, I did it without a walkthrough. And so it's like the same concept. It's, you're doing puzzles, and it's like, this greatness after you finish a puzzle. The first couple of puzzles are really simple. It's usually just picking up a cube, putting it on a button, and walking through the door that was activated by the button. Later it gets really, really difficult. Like, there will be bouncing light orbs, and they bounce around, and they lose energy as they bounce, so you have to bounce them a certain number of times, otherwise you'll lose the energy that you have to put in this, like, energy absorber to open a door. And it's like, it gets really complex after a while. And so it's like, you have to do this, and this, and then this, and this, and this, and this. But, for the most part, you can do it without any internet help, or web help, or person help, or whatever help you get. I don't know, do you ask a pumpkin or something? Maybe you do, I don't judge, but, you don't need help, for the most part. In the second game, it gets more difficult for some of the puzzles. I've beat both of the games, and generally I would say that the puzzles in Portal 2 can be harder, simply because a lot of the times you have to walk around the, like, messed up, crazy old science site, and it's all, like, exploded, so you have to search through things in order to find the doors you have to go through, and it's not just as simple as you're put into a test chamber, and they say, here are the exact steps. No, you have to actually, like, look for things, and you have to walk around, and you have to look very closely in the background for that one white space to shoot a portal at. I'd say that the second game is more fun as well. The second game has more of a story. It's not simply just you come into a gigantic building and a very spiteful robot tells you that you suck. No, it's like there's an actual story. You hear about Cave Johnson. You hear about Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn. Carolyn is not really included a lot, but she's existing. You also have Wheatley. Wheatley is an addition in the second game. Wheatley is a small robot that helps you, but in the end he becomes evil and is shot into space. Like I said, I might spoil things. That was a big spoiler. Wheatley, he in the beginning helps you, and he's able to control parts of the test chambers and parts of the parts of the building in order to, like, you know, help you out and, like, move things out of the way and move walls and, you know, move windows, and, you know, he can pretty much do a lot for you. He can't necessarily solve the test chambers for you. Like, he cannot control the test chambers, but he can control other things outside of the test chambers, so he can help you out with that. But in the end, he becomes evil. Like, he takes over Gladys, and she is like, you put me in a potato, because you put Gladys into a potato so that she doesn't, like, disappear forever. And then he becomes the new runner of, you know, the Aperture Science, pretty much. And so he, like, becomes power crazy and almost tries to kill you. You almost die, depending on whether or not you win that level, or if you can escape in time. And so, yeah, I'm also sick. And so, he goes crazy and almost kills you. And so the second game is just more full of, you know, nice storyline stuff. Cave Johnson is a very funny character. You have a lot more going on while you're doing tests and while you're walking around. In the first game, not very much is going on, except for the fact that, you know, you do stuff. But in the second one, like, people are talking, and, you know, there's usually music going on if you can find it. Sometimes there's music, sometimes there's not, but usually there's, like, talking. Like, Cave Johnson will talk to you about what's going on, and, you know, Gladys will every once in a while pop in. Wheatley at one point, like, talks a lot to you, and he's like, hey, do this test, you stupid human maggot, you know, stuff like that. I would say, yes, you should. Well, actually, no. You don't have to play the games in order, but in terms of, like, how easy, in terms of difficulty, you should probably play the first one first, but if you really just want to get to the good story, or how, like, just you just want to have fun, then you can just play the second game first. It's not that, like, you know, essential to play the first one first. It's not like it's not like how Batman Arkham Asylum works with Arkham City, where you have to play the first one first, and then you can play Arkham City. No, it's not like that. You can just simply play out of order. You don't have to do anything. So I would definitely say that the game is good. It's not at all violent. Like, I know some people, like, only play COD, or only play this, or only play Saints Row, or whatever, because they're like, oh, I only do the cool games, but Portal is cool. It is pretty awesome. It's not violent, but it's still cool. And COD is cool, don't get me wrong, but still, it's like, you know, Portal is equally cool. Alright, I will see you later. Alfonso, I will see you